Yes, video games, an escape from reality and a dent in your bank account. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the best and worst video game companies there are. This will range from marketing, user service, and the actual games themselves. So, without further ado, let's begin. Starting off with Bethesda. Bethesda actually used to be a really good game company. I loved Fallout 4 and Doom Eternal is one of my most favorite games of all time, but I seriously have no idea what the f they're doing. With the recent release of games like Fallout 76 and Redfall, I seriously have no idea what they're doing in that office of theirs. Also, what the f is this new logo? I could literally make this in Microsoft Paint in like 5 seconds. Like if someone showed me that on a piece of paper, I would not pick out that that's Bethesda's logo. I'd be like, oh, that's Roblox or something. But you know, nonetheless, Bethesda's a pretty good company. I don't think it deserves D tier, so I'm gonna give it C tier. Next, we have Blizzard Entertainment. Now, Blizzard is actually a pretty good company. I did like Overwatch, but unfortunately, they all actually assault each other in their offices, so I don't think I can give him any higher than a B. So I think they're deserving of C tier as well. Now, moving on to Bungie, the original creators of Halo. I have never really played Halo. I wasn't a Halo guy as a kid. I never had a console. Actually, I did. I lied. I did have a console, but I didn't play Halo because I was too much of a bitch. I did, however, start playing Destiny 2 recently, and I've actually been enjoying myself on that game, even as a Warframe player. Now, Destiny 2 definitely has its ups and downs. The new update was a bit yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Know your fucking place, trash.
But nonetheless, I do like Bungie. They're not the worst company in the world. I think they're deserving of a B tier. Now moving on to Coffee Stain Studios. These guys are probably the most insane developers I've ever seen in my life. If you don't know who they are, they made games like Satisfactory, Deep Rock Galactic, Goat Simulator, and that one. I cannot say anything bad about these guys. They're literally so helpful. They make brilliant games. They communicate with their audience. I still think they have so much potential as a development team, and that deserves an S tier for me. Now moving on to my personal favorite, Digital Extremes. Now most of the games on this list I have played more than one game of, but Digital Extremes have only played Warframe. I know they're working on a new game and they did make BioShock. I have never seen a development team that is so coordinated with their audience, and Warframe is just a brilliant game for me. It has its ups and downs, of course, like every game, but I still think that I've never seen a development team be so active with their community and so happy about what they've created. So I'm going to put them in S tier as well. Moving on to these guys. Now, obviously, you guys know I don't like EA at all. The only games I did like from EA was the ones that Respawn used to make. But now, like, I don't even like them anymore. So I don't really know what to do with them. I don't like Star Wars games. I'm never playing FIFA in my life. If you play that, you're fucking weird. I just can't think of a game where it's like, oh, let me get the EA launcher and play this. Like, I literally played the new Star Wars game and I couldn't even fucking run it on my 3070 Ti. So I'm just gonna give them B tier. The games don't work. They're money hungry. They're just an awful company altogether. I don't like any of their games. Moving on to Epic Games. Now, I really enjoy Fortnite. I'm gonna be honest, I still play Fortnite here and there, but honestly, I cannot play it for long. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that game. I really don't understand why you'd want to hop on a game that has anime abilities, superhero abilities, Star Wars, mechs, a whole plethora of just bullshit in a game that was so simple and so amazing at one point. Still, I do kind of like Fortnite, and they did create Unreal Engine, so I will give them B tier just because they made half the games on this list. Now moving on to Facepunch. Now Facepunch made Garry's Mod and Rust, and those games are just absolutely fucking brilliant in themselves. I just don't really enjoy playing Rust anymore. I kind of stopped playing it because I don't enjoy the player base and what the fuck they're doing with the game. But just because of Rust and how much I appreciate that game, I'm going to be giving them A tier. Now moving on to FromSoftware. I have really no words to say for these guys. It's just the S tier. Can't really make any better games than them. Like, if FromSoft ever releases a bad game, then I think the world's about to end, because I don't think that's gonna happen, like, ever. FromSoft gets an S tier just because of Elden Ring alone, but if I could give them any higher, I would just give them S plus for every single game that they've ever created. Now moving on to Insomniac. I think Insomniac is probably the first video game developers I've ever like dealt with. Like they made the Spider-Man games and they also made one of my favorite games of all time, which is Ratchet and Clank 2002. Yes, that's right. I played Ratchet and Clank when I was a kid, and if you didn't play that as a kid, you didn't have a childhood. If you did not play Ratchet and Clank, you have no idea what the nostalgia is. If you listen to this music right now, if you're listening to this and if your heart is not beating, Insomniac gets an A for Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man and nothing else. Moving on to Mojang. Now, Mojang, I'm actually pretty sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't think it's Mojang. I think it's Mojang.
I'm at the Mojang team.
I don't really know what Mojang is doing. Like, I'm pretty sure there's one person and that's Jeb. Every single time they do this Minecon shit, I swear to God, there is one block that has been added to the game. Minecraft was my childhood. I don't know what this world would even look like without Minecraft, so I'm just gonna put them at S tier. Moving on to Nintendo. I'm about to piss a lot of people off, but I fucking hate Nintendo. I don't like any of the games that they make. I don't like the company. They suck. They copyright everything. They strike people. They give lawsuits. And then the games just don't work half the time. But I do like the Switch. I don't think they're deserving of any like high tier because they just produced like 70 games. Like why the fuck does Mario have guns now? I literally bought a Switch a few months ago. Why does Mario have a gun? Nintendo gets a C tier because Chris Pratt. Alright, moving on to Riot. People are going to probably hate me more for this opinion, but I actually think Riot's a pretty good company. I don't know what the behind the scenes are. I don't play Riot games as much as half the population does, but I think they're okay. The games are alright. Everyone that plays the games are like weird. At least you're not playing like Apex or something. Like it's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. I don't really enjoy playing Valorant anymore, and I don't enjoy playing League at all, but every single bit of music that they release for every game they make is a fucking banger, so I'm gonna put it at B. Moving on to Rockstar Games. Now, Rockstar releases like one game every 10 years and they're fucking good. I remember when GTA came out, that was the most hype game ever. I'm pretty sure that sold more copies than any movie sale that's ever had. Honestly, I'm really scared about GTA 6 because if I walk into a GTA 6 lobby and I see a giant flying fucking robot flying across the map, one hitting everyone, while there's about 60 little kids flying around on little flying motorbikes, dodging every missile I can shoot at them, launching rockets and griefing the entire server in a game that you're meant to be a little crime boss in, I'm not going to be playing that. I'm begging you, Rockstar, please stop adding James Bond items to Grand Theft Auto 5. I want to play the game without having a little kid flying around the map, griefing everyone on the lobby with infinite missiles on a little fucking bike that you can't hit. Rockstar gets a B tier because they don't know what an anti-cheat is. Moving on to my arch nemesis, Ubisoft. Ubisoft actually used to be my favorite video game company there was. Like, literally, genuinely, as a kid, when I got a PC, I bought every single Ubisoft product there ever was. I played every single Far Cry. I loved Assassin's Creed. I loved Rainbow Six Siege. And I also loved For Honor. I just loved everything that they make. But, you know, like usual, they're going to take a shit on every single game they've produced. I don't know what Siege is now. I seriously don't understand what's going on half the time in Siege. And they're taking the route of Riot Games and EA and deciding that they're going to add one character every 2 minutes.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Siege used to be a realistic tactical FPS shooter where you'd have to coordinate with your team to save hostages and defuse bombs. And now it's literally turned into a hero shooter. As for the rest of Ubisoft, they've ruined every other game. I don't like For Honor anymore. I don't like Assassin's Creed anymore. Far Cry is pretty good, and everything else that they make is pretty mid. So I don't really have more to say about Ubisoft. I've kind of done nothing the last few years except ruin their games. So I'm gonna give them D tier. On to the last one, we have Valve. Now, Valve is probably the pioneers of the gaming industry. Like, I don't think any games would be anything if it wasn't for Valve. So I'm just gonna plain out give them an S tier because I genuinely think CSGO is the best FPS shooter there is. There's nothing wrong with that game. It is absolutely perfect. People that play CSGO are probably gonna be like, I don't care. Every game has a flaw and CSGO doesn't. So Suck my dick. Anyways, guys, that was the video game developer tier list. Now, if you guys have any hateful comments you want to leave, please leave them for me. I want to read them. I want to know your opinion. I want to know how I'm wrong. I want to know everything you hate about me. List every single thing you hate about me in the comment section below. I want to read it. Now, in all serious, check out my Twitter. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and don't play EA games.